Welcome to the program. US President Barack Obama has warned his Afghan counterpart that the US may pull out all its troops by the end of the year. Hamid Karzai has so far refused to sign a security deal which the US insists must be in place before it commits to leaving some troops behind. Let's get more on this now and talk to Patty Culhane, live for us from Washington, D.C. Patty, a rather stern warning from the president. What more has he been saying?
A very tersely worded statement. You know, Darren, this is newsworthy because President Barack Obama hasn't really gotten involved. He's left that to his cabinet, his staff, but he picked up the phone, and we'll find out from his press secretary if this terse tone continues. He's going to brief reporters within the hour. But according to the readout provided by the White House, the president told President Hamid Karzai that he's made it perfectly clear that he has no intention of signing this security agreement. He wants to leave it until after presidential elections in the spring. The Department of Defense says that is simply too late. They have over 33,000 troops in Afghanistan. If they're going to pull them all out by the end of the year, they need to start planning now. And that is exactly what President Barack Obama says he has ordered his Department of Defense to start doing, to start figuring out how they could get all of those troops and all of their equipment out of Afghanistan by the end of the year. It's what's been called the zero option here in Washington. He also sent the warning to President Karzai that the longer he waits, the more likely it is that even they do leave a force, it's going to be very small, possibly as few as 3,000. Now, they didn't say that the president has made the decision to do this zero option, but that he warned President Karzai that it is becoming increasingly more likely if he doesn't sign this agreement. So definitely upping the pressure from Washington. Yeah,
Patty, despite the zero option, though, I mean, it's probably inconceivable that the U.S. wouldn't leave any troops behind, as you were saying. I mean, is it likely that they'll get this deal signed at the 11th hour?
Well, if you talk to the Department of Defense, they say they're already in the zero hour because, again, there are so many troops and so much equipment, and it's very difficult to get it out of Afghanistan. And a lot of people said when the U.S. was considering withdrawing from Iraq that a zero option wasn't even remotely possible. But what this boils down to for the Obama administration is immunity from prosecution for American troops and contractors that's guaranteed in the security agreement. So they say if it isn't signed, then they have no choice but to pull out all of the troops. And I can tell you that some members of Congress are very unhappy with even the possibility of a zero option. Many people in the military fear what would happen in Afghanistan if they did, in fact, take that step. But the American public would probably be behind it. In the latest poll, 66% of Americans said the war in Afghanistan was not worth fighting.
Patty, thank you.